Okay, what is 50 minutes from right now?
That's 49. That's 49.
I know, but what's 50 minutes from right now?
18.
6:18?
This is in Army time.
Right?
It's fucking me up.
Yeah, okay.
1810? Right?
Well, I have it in.
Plus 50?
Yeah. 1810. Yeah. Gray is not on this. Gray is on Elves.
Okay, I'm gonna go let him know to start.
Huh?
I'm gonna let him start. You're live.
All right. Let's do this. We got our Elves player versus our Gixis control. Gray has been notoriously a true heart Elves player. He always plays Elves as his tournament deck. I'm excited to see if he can make it here. We have a vendetta against him. In our last top 8 finish, I missed 3 Chouse triggers to lose that top 8 against him.
He still seems mad about it.
Yep. Oh, I'm so tilted.
So I have deck list on the computer. We have James Zawasak.
I'm James Z.
James Z on continuing my day of impossible names to say on Grixis control. Interesting things about that, he is running 2 Narsets and 1 collective brutality.
Oh, Nars has been the fire in this.
To go with
format.
the normal show. There's also 2 Liliana's Triumphs as just upgrades on.
How many Lilies is he running?
He's
for
running
value though.
1 Liliana. 1 Liliana.
I mean,
the Last Hope main.
It's a small fraction of
And
the
then
point.
sideboard, he has 1 Ashiok, the Dream Render.
Yeah, oh, that actually may come into play here. No, wait. Activated abilities cancel. Oh, it actually will probably come in for the Green Sun.
Yeah, because it stops searching libraries. Yeah. Gray is on, looks like a relatively standard Elves. Deck hasn't been very popular since the banning of Deathrite Shaman.
Oh man, but we about to get a new force.
But we are
Force
about
green.
to get Green Force.
If I could bring up the screenshot of that card, it is going to be amazing.
For his list, he has value slots of a Scavenging Ooze, Reclamation Sage. And that is about it. Everything else is relatively 4 of. 2 of Burklow Ranger. He has the 4 Glimpse, the 4 Natural Order. So he does have the big fast Natural Order plan going with the double Crater Hoof.
Here's actually the relevant question while you're looking at deck list. How many Toxic Deluges we looking at main here? That's actually the important one.
Can't believe you're making me switch back and forth.
Yeah, I'm going to make you do it. That's the important card for this matchup. We got to know.
Toxic Deluges. There are 0 Toxic Deluges.
That's actually going to be a little rough here.
His removal suite is 4 Baleful Strix, 3 Snapcaster Mage if we're counting that, 2 Fatal Push, 1 Collective Brutality, which seems really good in the matchup.
Not that's single target though. Single target is not that amazing versus
Well,
Elves.
1 creature plus the Natural Order in your hand. There's the Lightning Bolt. Let's see how long James can keep the removal train
It's
going.
1 for 1. You land 1, draw a card, and you.
He's in the tournament.
Okay, you want me to get up? Okay. Yeah, if he runs 1 Glimpse of Natures and he runs a little bit of a chain and outvalues creatures.
There's probably the most important creature in the matchup. I mean, he really wishes he had the Visionary down first because it would guarantee him 1 draw.
Yeah.
Or an additional draw for the Symbiote because he could just bounce in response. But right here, the Wirewood Symbiote is going to be one of the most important cards in this matchup, just so he can go full grindy.
So his hand is forest and something. It's harder to see. Bayou forest plus something.
There's a
He's
forest.
got a forest, though. His hand looks a little strong. Especially, we got a natural
Looks
order,
not
though.
that strong. He needs
Natural order.
removal.
Well, he's got a forest. If he can't.
Still, you don't want to force in this matchup if you're James. You need to go 1 for 1 a lot of the time.
Well, no, if you're going to force a card, you definitely force the.
Well, you're going to force the big card.
You force the natural order. It's about to happen.
No,
He cradles here, tries to go for the natural order, fails because it's going to be forcible for sure.
No, Gray needs to do the full Elves of 5 minutes ago with Deathrite Shaman impersonation. Like, just draw as many cards as you can. Value glimpses like this. He lets it resolve. He just needs to draw some cards.
Was he baiting the card?
I mean, he's baiting, but it's not going to work that well.
Oh, he drew another glimpse though, which will be helpful. Setting up for the
Well, it
next
just
turn.
lets him keep drawing cards. I mean, Gray's going to go full kind of beatdown mode here. And that is the Visionary, right?
Yeah, that's a Visionary. It's the
Yeah.
proper Visionary. It's not the OG foil. We'll yell at him later for that. With these white border basics that are not even Three Kingdoms English like mine. But, it's whatever.
But this is
To each their own in their
where
lands.
Gray is doing what he needs to do. He needs
Is that a
to
snow-covered-
he needs to draw cards.
It's a snow-covered
I
swamp
know.
right
I think
there?
it's one of the weird.
Eurolands or something?
Yeah, it's a super cool swamp. I am a big fan of those swamps. But I don't think that's the most important
We got
thing.
Baleful Strokes coming at the value. Oh, no.
No, that's Snapcaster for the fatal or for lightning bolt.
man.
You have to kill the symbiote. He does
Does
not.
Does it bring back the
Pick up the Visionary.
Cradle? Come on. Drop the Cradle. You need one really bad.
Needs a cradle real bad. I mean, he
Try
can
again.
cast another value glimpse. I mean, James has the force, but he just can't let this stuff keep resolving.
Well, the thing is, he can't really do this because he can't beat natural order.
Like
And
he
at the
can't
moment
he
doesn't
can't
have-
beat natural order, but he also can't beat him drawing 7 cards.
True. Especially when we start bringing back that Visionary. He might have to just kill the Visionary if he starts showing the.
There we go. That's essentially going to be +2 mana for more 1-drops if he has them.
Another Visionary for 2? No.
Green Sun Zenith for 1. Ooh, going to get the symbiote again. Symbiote's being so important in this matchup.
Yeah.
So James is just staring at the Force of Will. Force of Will, Gurmag Angler. He doesn't have the Force of Will.
No, he had it.
No, he has the Force of Will. He cannot play it.
Oh, he has no more
He
blue
has
anymore?
Force of Will, Gurmag Angler, 2 lands in his hand.
Playing that snap was a little loose, I think.
But this is what he's trying to prevent from happening. So James not having any sweepers is going to be a real thing. This is Elves is
No,
definitely.
he has Baleful Strokes in his hand to get for the rid of the Force.
Oh, he does have Baleful Strokes. Okay. But still, Gray's just getting grinded out.
We're about to just get a bunch of 1/1s attacking.
Yeah. Without the big mass sweeper.
Return whatever one he blocks back into play.
And Elves is not a not powerful deck. Like, the deck has a lot of strong cards. Natural Order is.
Well, I mean, if you forget about it,
But when
man,
you forget about it here,
that was not good. He should not have wastelanded the Dryad Arbor.
I mean, Dryad Arbor was giving him double mana
No,
with
you
those.
kill the Black Source because it actually sets you back.
No, the Dryad Arbor is a real good card there, especially with all of the.
At least wait till he tries to return it to his hand.
Yeah.
Or let him use the.
I mean, this still just being bad. I mean, Gurmag Angler there, another glimpse of
It's
nature.
what you want versus control
It's
deck.
really just where is the. There it
There
is.
we go.
Gaia's Cradle.
It's probably almost scoopable right here.
Or 5.
And he has a glimpse. This is probably almost a scoopable point.
Yeah. I don't think
I do like his. I got the GP for the Storm deck. I like that token counter he's got.
I'm double checking for Toxic Deluges. There's 1 Toxic Deluge
In the side or the main?
in the sideboard.
Oh, that's in the sideboard though. Does he have any wishes that could get sorcerers? Does he run any burning wishes here?
Yeah, this is a typical.
Oh, yeah, there's one
Not
on the side.
typical, but this is what happens when you forget about a deck like this.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I don't know why, but we're in a format where True Name Nemesis is pretty popular in a lot of the formats. It's probably not correct running one in the main.
Well, for the True Name Nemesis, he has the 2 Liliana's defeats.
Yeah, but that's still in that situation. You only have 1 kill card that's situational. That the rest doesn't exist.
Well, it's 2 Liliana defeats. You imagine they're not going to have anything else. So having the sack effects is pretty good. There are not very many decks in Legacy that are tier 1 that go wide.
We're in the Legacy meta where we have 3 Goblins players in this tournament. We have Death and Taxes players.
I specifically said that are tier 1.
Okay.
And Death and Taxes doesn't really go
Eldrazi.
wide.
I don't know, but a Toxic Deluge for 1 versus it's still pretty good.
Pretty good. He is against Death and Taxes.
Probably game here.
He does have a Marsh Casualty, so I did overstep the Marsh Casualties.
Oh, he does.
He does have
in the
1
main?
Marsh
Okay,
Casualty.
that's very
Sideboard.
Nope. Not this game. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we are calling game 1 kind of over.
Did he play Cradle this turn? Did we go
I don't
to
know, but
different
there's
turn?
he's going to hard cast his Force of Will.
Oh, he played Cradle this turn.
And he has to have he's drawn 15 cards. He has to have
No,
another.
we had a turn afterwards where we played Gurmag.
No, but I'm saying, like, he's hard casting the Force of Will. He has to have another one, right? Another natural order.
I mean, he doesn't need
He doesn't have
one.
the mana for it, but I think he has it.
I don't think he's in a situation where he has to worry about it.
I don't think he's in a situation where it matters very much.
Nah, he'll just go next game. Save the time.
Find those sweepers.
I don't know that much of a Grixis control.
I mean, Thoughtseize is pretty good.
No. Oh, I guess if it gets his natural order. That's the only one.
Never mind.
Oh, he didn't have natural
He
order.
didn't have natural order. He didn't have it. He does have the Symbiote Visionary combo, though. So he does just get to draw 2 cards next turn.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's still producing a buttload of mana with it.
Yeah, this is the situation. Like he has he has pretty much the most broken land in Legacy with the Cradle.
I know.
I mean, they're the only deck that gets to use those soul lands anymore. Or not even soul lands, like the super soul lands.
Well, we got Enchantress still. Don't you hate Enchantress?
Enchantress,
I'm
but
gonna bring it back.
Enchantress is a green-based deck and gives you white mana. That was always the problem with Enchantress builds that I played, is that
Playing the wrong build, sir. So
you play all these enchantments, but you want to play a green-blue deck instead of.
So, I've actually talked to Gray earlier today. We've been talking about this deck because I've been playing Elves for a little bit, but I've kind of ran out of favor with it.
Column going over.
All right, go ahead. We'll keep it going. But the new set coming out on Horizons, I'm thinking about bringing it back out because I'm really liking this new Force of Green that destroys Chalice of the Void and Engineer Plague and all the other stuff that plagued Elves in the past. And I really think that it is actually quite poised for that to be really good. You got that Progenitus in your hand. It's just a good discard outlet for it. One card is very meaningless in the Elves deck, in my opinion, especially when you start chaining off and things. So, but his conversation was that he's fine with just the Black Splash because you get the Abrupt Decays and stuff. But I don't think you need Abrupt Decays anymore. I don't want to be slowed down by casting Abrupt Decay. I want to just have my whole turn for free. But we'll see what it does. We're going to both have some mirror matches later on, so it's gonna be interesting. But yeah, everybody just kind of waiting for this thing to be done on the wall. What's up? What?
What's the judge call?
Well, I don't know. We don't know what the judge call is, but I assume it's about something drawing or drew an extra card or ponder or whatever. He probably messed up something. I didn't catch it. So we'll see. Yeah, it's probably something. There's the 3 sets aside with this information that's visible. He probably drew something out of order. Probably a ponder. No ponder.
We had one of those
Brainstorm.
really good brainstorms where you drew 4 cards.
4 cards. Yeah, that seems about right.
Big 4-card brainstorm.
It's a game loss right there, boys. Anyway. Ooh, they called it. See,
Yeah, chat got it. Chat's better than all of us. Chat sees everything.
I'm over here talking about the next set coming out and how it affects Elves. They're watching the game and paying attention.
The natural order still being the big. Oh, is there one in his hand right there?
Nah, I think he's fine though. He just return stuff, draw a card, return.
Return
He only has
stuff.
to outvalue this deck. He has infinite blockers to the Gurmag Angler.
Infinite mana. He has a shit ton of mana. He has more. There's another Guy's Cradle in his hand.
You can just cast he's just looking for the fatty, or he's looking for green. So at this point, he's looking for anything.
Yep. Yep. He doesn't have any hardcore combo engines. He did get those big value glimpses at the beginning.
I mean, his engine right now is
Just-
draw 3 cards a turn.
Yeah.
Basically, a glimpse
So
of
but
himself.
he's not attacking. He's not attacking. He doesn't feel like feeding things into the abyss.
Well, hopefully he starts. I don't know if he blocked the Gurmag last turn, but hopefully he blocks the Gurmag and just bounces it. So he's gonna bounce the draw card guy anyways.
Yeah.
He'll just do it on his turn. Not take the damage. Debatably, he should just be swinging in with these Strix to try to get that clock going. That's his only way he's gonna do it is his snap bolt with these 1/1 flyers.
Hair, you have fans, actually. They are
What?
messaging me on my phone. They love your pretty voice.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful voice. It's very single toned, if you know that.
We do have a Colligan's command on the
Everybody
Wirewood
says that.
symbiote. And another Gurmag Angler.
Just he should have did to the. I think he should have did to the face.
I
Back
mean,
for 2.
here comes James. He's starting it.
He has to have like bolt, snap bolt, attack these 2 flyers, and just miraculously dodge a couple.
Well, he has to dodge the
Natural orders.
Natural order.
He has so much to dodge here, but if he doesn't, I mean, that's the only way to victory.
I mean, it's probably natural. He can't draw a natural order or a Glimpse of Nature.
Why would you bring Dread Arbor back?
It's a free blocker.
But I mean, don't you want to bring? Does he not have the elf in that lets him bounce? Oh, does he not have Wirewood in the play?
No, Wirewood killed. He killed Wirewood.
Okay.
The only thing that matters are either.
It does slow him down as much as it can.
Yeah, there's only 2 cards that matter right now. It's Natural Order and Glimpse of Nature.
Or just drawing the Crater Hoof. He can just cast it. He has the Cradle in his hand.
It's a lot of mana.
I know he's looking for it.
He's drawn 3.
And the green sun. And the green sun just to go get the.
He said go. He doesn't have it yet.
If he miraculously comes back from this.
Gray's stalling.
Ooh, that is a good card to get right now.
That
slows him down.
turns off the.
He might just have to start attacking into it, trying to kill it.
Wow, that turns off the draw engine. There's another Colligan's command.
You take the Colligan.
Oh, he's taking the Fatal Push.
No, you take the Colligan's command, and you give back the Snapcaster Mage that has to increase. Oh, no, it's not dead yet.
Snapcaster Mage isn't dead yet.
I would have attacked into it. Attacking with the Snapcaster before I would have did that.
Oh, so less cards. James is getting there.
Because he had to know that was one of the outs. I think he should have attacked first.
Yeah.
This might be a little turnaround.
It might be a comeback.
I mean, that being said, he could just draw a natural order here, and it probably still just a victory. Or the Crater Hoof.
Crater Hoof.
Game.
So because he has double.
I mean, he doesn't have Forcible, actually. Does he have Forcible?
I don't think he doesn't have a hand.
Oh, he's on it.
Yeah, he's hellbent. So it's just going to be tap. Yep. Play the other one. There it is. Yeah, got it.
We have any warriors there.
Comeback squashed.
Let's flip this over for 1-0.
Comeback denied.
He almost dodged it.
He almost got there. We were all watching. We were all hoping for it, but Gray Almond.
It almost reminded me of my game against Anthony over there, where I was playing. He played Dredge, and he just missed out of like 40 cards and missed all of his Narcomoebas. I was like, is this about to happen again?
So now we have as far. Sorry, work text messages.
So sideboard, before you get the work out of here.
Sideboard, Gray has.
Bring out sideboard. We got the Toxic Deluge definitely coming. We got the Marsh Casualties
Toxic
definitely
Deluge
coming.
and Marsh Casualties. You could see other forms of removal. There's an Engineered Explosives.
Engineered Explosives definitely coming
Engineered
in.
Explosives definitely.
I would bring in the Collective Brutality too.
Yeah.
It's just more
removal. More removal instead of any of your late game cards.
I mean, he's probably cutting the. It's tough what he's cutting though. I guess you cut some of your other single target removal.
I mean, I'd probably cut Colligan's Command. Casting 3 doesn't really do a whole lot.
It's still 2 for 1. I don't know. I cut some of them, but not.
Yeah. You could probably cut your Gixis.
What Liliana's you running? Because if it's the
one of the last.
If it's the Veil, okay, yeah, if it's the Veil, you cut it for sure.
Oh, you also could cut your sacrifice cards. Your Liliana's Triumphs.
You're probably getting rid of your Gurmag English if we're being honest here.
Yeah. Liliana's Triumphs can go because sacrifice card. It's 2 mana for an elf.
They have infinite blockers for 5/5 on the ground. There's no trample. You probably get rid of. It'd probably be more helpful if I played Grixis Delver matchup or Grixis Control matchup, but this is what I assume is correct.
That's what it is.
Check and correct me if I'm wrong. If these are the wrong cards.
So for Gray, he has his grindy cards. He definitely brings in like the Progenitus. He has some chokes, which would be very effective.
Chokes are for sure coming in.
The Progenitus comes in.
Do you think it comes in?
The Progenitus, yeah, because it's all you have to do is resolve a natural order.
Yeah, but I mean, if he's already resolving natural,
an early natural order. Like that last game went out of control because it had all those value glimpses. If you don't get value glimpses, if you're having an empty board, then just a fetch land and a natural order gets you a Progenitus, and that's really hard for James to deal with.
What else we got though?
Other than that, maybe he brings in the Cabal Therapies. Probably not though. I would say probably just like the chokes and a Progenitus.
Yeah, keep it thin, keep it light.
I mean, his deck just does good things.
It's already. I think it's favored. Were you running that?
Yeah, I would say Elves is probably favored in this. It really just depends on the number of sweepers that exist.
Yeah. Because for the majority of what James is doing, I just want to remove one creature.
Yeah, 1/4 removal. The second Gray starts drawing multiple cards. There's not really much that most decks can do with against those. That's why the deck
Was
was.
there any surgicals in the sideboard?
For either of them? No, I do not believe so.
For the James?
I do not believe so.
Because I have not tried it, but getting rid of glimpses would be helpful.
Yeah, I think that's one of those catch-22s.
Or maybe
like,
he kills one of the important pieces, and the insect guy. And
I think Gray just has more ways to combo, even if you kill. If you waste your time surgicaling things, you're just kind of discarding a card for no reason.
Probably not a bunch, but you bring in one.
Yeah.
You dream hope.
Yep.
With that Llanowar elf.
We have a nice fancy Llanowar elf.
We need to correct him on his foils here. That's not even the original beta art foil one.
Are there beta foils?
It's the beta art.
I don't think
foil.
so. Okay, all the beta art foils.
It was an F. It was different.
I did pick up my second Legends black bordered
Tabernacle. Yeah.
Sylvan library today. I already have my Tabernacle, but I did get my second OG.
Caracas.
No, my Caracas is at home. I'm probably gonna flip that out today because I am using the new beginner Caracas. I probably have to go home and update all the cards to the original versions.
I do like the box topper Caracas though. I love the box topper one in particular.
Yeah.
And if custom arting cards wasn't that frowned upon for tournament play, competitive REL,
you'd have a ton of them.
I'd full art the Caracas from Legends. Would that be it?
I have a Sharpie black border dual land somewhere.
Ooh.
I can never remember what it is.
You mean your 4th edition foreign or FBB duel, right? That's what you're talking about?
No, it's English.
No. Don't tell them about that.
It's English though. That's the big deal.
Or alter it to French or something.
Alter it just so I can Sharpie black border it. It's also written all over. It's definitely damaged. It's mine forever. I've had more than one person yell at me for my the poor state of my Legacy collection. Okay, going into 2. Looking at this, I believe James has to win to get into the top 8. I believe Gray
This is both. No, this is both.
Is it winning in for? It's winner go home.
Yeah, this is winning in for either one of them.
Okay, I wasn't exactly sure.
I'm prepared for my 6th to 9th place loss again.
Because you drew, right?
I drew.
Why didn't you win?
Huh?
Why didn't you play?
Because I'm X1, of course.
I'll roll the dice. You are X1 again.
I'll roll the dice. This is exactly like last time. We'll see that.
Okay. So this could be top 8 with Bomberman Anthony here.
I mean, it's the best top 8 then. I was only wishing that. Did we ever have Hackbird on the stream? Because Hackbird, if you guys didn't know him, he is playing.
He's also playing well. He's playing
white red.
He's playing shortcake.
He's playing strawberry shortcake or something like that. But he's got the Imperial Recruiters.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, shortcake is white red Painter Servant with Imperial Recruiters.
And my combo with.
Oh, that's a big deal. There's the Chokei.
There's the Himatorak.
That he is not casting.
But he can't.
Chokes is a big deal.
That's probably the game right there. And it resolved.
There's a choke on the board. How did we miss that? There's the Hackbird. Shout out for the Hackbird. He got knocked out at 2 and 3. He gone.
Man. He should have made it. I have believed in him.
Well, Hackbird, for all of us non-blue players, Gray is choking James. And this is...
See the writing on the wall, guys.
Right, that's not even the writing on the wall. This is not looking good. Hackbird's legit at home.
Do we have...
sitting with his wife, not playing Magic.
He's teaching his wife to play.
He's teaching his wife to play. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
This is...
He's got to get it reps in somehow.
What does...
There's no outs.
James have for choking Gixis?
There's no outs.
There's literally no out for this.
You can play swamps, and you can play basic swamps. Scoop the game.
There is literally no outs for James anywhere in his list from a resolved choke.
His out is probably right now.
Hackford's wife high-key despises Magic the Gathering.
Well, I mean, she says that now.
Yeah.
Until she's beaten him just to death with a deck of... And then she just brags about being a better player than him all the time. Oh, that'd be so great. Oh, that'd be so great.
What? James, the game-ending 3-mana enchantment.
It's Toxic Deluge, right? Yeah, it has to be the Deluge.
There's the Toxic Deluge.
It had to be the Deluge.
Which is good. Toxic Deluge is good.
Oh, tell me he didn't do it for enough life. Oh, he did. Okay, good.
I think it was just one. I think one was the.
He has to have a Gurmag. I hope he kept him in. I mean, we talked about the cutting him, but now he just kind of needs it.
I mean, he has one
Can't
life.
cast anything.
He has to have Gurmag. He has a Fatal Push. All of his lands are now Lotus Petals. And Gray doesn't have anything.
Where's that thwart to bring him back in his hand? Return 3 islands to your hand.
There's the Fatal Push.
Get to retap him. Green sun.
Gray is the green sun for 2. Going to get the Visionary. F&M Foil Delver draws a card.
What are you talking about? There's no Delver.
Or not Delver, Visionary.
Isn't it an
Takes
FNM?
one.
It is an FNM one.
It's an F&M Visionary.
I say is it as it says FNM literally.
There's
on the
none,
card.
draws another card, plays another land.
He's gonna go get
There's
the
the
other.
fetch land, so he has access to Snapcaster Mage
He
now?
might have a second Dryad Arbor.
What could he possibly... I don't know what he could get.
The problem is he might be running out of just choices or lands you can choose.
Choke is so good. Goes and gets
What he needs
base
right
a
now.
basic blue.
Chaos Warp in a 75. I don't think Chaos Warp's in a
base
75, but
basic blue Lotus Petal. I don't know if you guys have ever seen those before. He really needs to draw Badlands so he can try and do
yeah,
a black-red impersonation. I mean, the Badlands would let him play the hymns in his hand, and then maybe make a way for the Gurmag Angler to muck up the ground.
He's got a 17 turn clock right there.
17 turn clock.
He might have to block a bit in a second, but. Oh,
Rex Age. Oh, man. Take 3, goes to 4.
Oh, no.
Wait, he's not done. There's the symbiote. Play another land. As a non-blue player, nothing makes me happier than watching blue decks lose to choke. And for some reason, I feel like most of the AZ Eternal Magic community is on my side.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Gurmag Angler.
Might be a little late. I think he just taxed the win here. Good game. To the next round. How much time left in this round? We got
We
anybody out?
have 21 minutes. There's probably not enough Magic going on to get a game after this.
You don't think so? I'm gonna see what game that goes around.
See if you can find him going to the game 3. I drank a blue Gatorade. I have a tab. You guys put me next to the snacks. It was a problem.
Alright guys, I'll do this one after this one for the next round.
Yeah. And that is done. Gray Elman chokes out the Grixis control player. We are seeing if we have a second match going in. We will be back to you as soon as we can.